From Kinshasa, singer, producer, songwriter. So I was born in Congo. I came to London when I was about maybe like 9 months old. But during my childhood, I was very much back and forth between here and Paris. So I spent a lot of like my summer holidays in Paris. So just kind of like soaking up a bit of like their culture, similar to our culture, sort of counter estate culture, it's the same thing. And just kind of like, yeah, soaking that up. And I guess somehow it just appears in the music, really, like subconsciously, really. Yeah, like I just feel like I'm a millennial, so I'm just part of that generation where we just take from everything that we've experienced, and we don't necessarily just do like one genre or one kind of video or have one sort of fashion sense kind of thing. So I feel like the places I've traveled to, having grown up obviously in London, which is very multicultural, it just seeps into your art and even how you dress and all of that stuff as well. So it's a blend, like we were just saying, it's a blend of all my influences and just the stuff that I like. And whenever I'm just making music, I never really think like, hey, cool, let me put some pop in there or let me put some trap in there or something. It's literally just off my influences, off intuition, and whatever happens, as long as it sounds good, then I'm good to go already. So it can be if you choose to, but I feel like genres and categories are made for people that want to talk about the music, as opposed to the people that actually make the music. Because like there's no rules to the music that you want to make. You can make anything you want, and even when you do that, people are still going to put you in some kind of category, so it doesn't really matter. Meditation, man. Meditation. Not that I meditate every day, but when I get a chance to, because like when you really think about it, we don't really like give ourselves a chance to just do nothing a day. We're always busy, and we always try to make ourselves as busy as possible. And I think one thing that lockdown showed me is that sometimes you just need to slow down, really. So, yeah. I don't think there was like one key inspiration, but my aim was to just make something where when I listen back to it, I'm like, yeah, that's the best that I could have done at that point. Like there was nothing more that I could have left like on the floor, and it's as good as possible. And I just want to be able to listen back to it in a year and be able to have like a timestamp of, for me, it will be lockdown type of thing. So, and I want it to be a good timestamp of good quality as well. So, yeah. Definitely. I feel like that's usually my aim. I want to be able to listen to like my first project and be like, hey, I couldn't do those things, or maybe that's the type of person that I was then, and I listened to Beloved and I'm like, hey, I've grown a little bit, or I've changed in different ways. So it's kind of like, I feel like when you make music properly, it's kind of like therapy for yourself still. I think it's dice games, because if you listen really carefully, I'm just rapping, but it sounds like I'm singing because of the melodies. But yeah, it's got some of the best writing I've ever done, I think. So that's my favorite song. It's like this way, you gotta pull out the phone and everything. Do you know what? I would say I haven't had any like one specific story, but across the board, I just feel like people are listening to the music and they're just appreciating that it's a good piece of art. And that was the most important for me, because I feel like as long as people talk about it, then it's always going to be alive in its own way, kind of thing. So, and all the streams and all of that stuff that matters later on. So, yeah. Yeah, because I feel like all of us are really trying to leave some kind of legacy, whether or not you do that through your kids or buying a house, or etc. And I guess like, yeah, if I do this music stuff properly, then hopefully someone else will be inspired by it and will continue to live in that way. So yeah, definitely. Right.